Okay, so you've got to the stage where you've jointed your frame with these lap joints. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is inserting the base in the underside, so it's going to go through but sort of be glued in the inside of there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to be cutting close to the lines like this. So I'm going to place my working device using the coping saw, make a little mark. So I'm ready with my saw, I'm keeping sure I'm keeping my saw at 90 degrees like this, and I'm going to cut round each of these sides. Now, notice I'm staying close to the line, but I'm not cutting over the lines. I'm just going to go around all these sides. It won't take too long. Just like this. So I'm removing work as I go. So I'm just going to go around the shape like this. And I'm leaving about 1mm gap between where the saw's cutting and the line I'm actually working to. Because I'm going to try eventually to get this as accurate as possible. There we go. Try when you're using the coping saw to use the full length of the blade, like this, and remember it cuts in the backward stroke, okay? So we're not trying to cut in both ways, we're cutting on the backward stroke and literally just passing the saw backwards through the hole. Now once we've got it to this stage, notice I've left just a couple of millimetres, we're going to go over to the band facer and work on the next stage. Okay, so we're going to use the band facer. Remember, we don't want our guard up this high, it could be dangerous, we could end up losing the ends of our fingers. So we're going to lower the guard down. I've got goggles on, you can see. I haven't got long hair, but you would tie that back if you've got long hair, and I've tucked my tie in, but yours should be covered with an apron. Okay, now if the stop button is pressed in, we're just going to flick it to the side like that. That will pop the stop button out, and we're going to make sure this stop bar's out, so when we press the green button, it should come on like this. Okay, now what I'm aiming to do now is get this exactly onto these lines, okay? So I'm going to start using this. So you will notice I've just got the very slightest amount of line left there, okay? And you'll notice that when I was working on this, I was keeping my fingers flat down like this. If I'm holding them up like this, there's a chance that my knuckles could get close to this. Obviously, I've got a guard there, but I don't want to be holding it like this. I want to keep it down like this and apply as minimal pressure as possible. I'm also making sure this base is flat, and I'm checking at the side here that this is set at 90 degrees to the edge. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with a chamfered edge on these side, which I don't want. Now the final stage is going to be inserting this in to the actual base. Now I'm going to have to probably work this round to remember if yours is slightly off, like this student's work is slightly off, I'm going to have to move it round to work it to the point where it's the right way round. I think it was this one. Okay, and you can see it doesn't quite fit yet, but what I'll keep doing is keep refining this. Now I could move on to using my a sanding tool like some glass paper, or using a file with some glass paper wrapped around it. As you can see, I've just got to take maybe 1/2 millimetre off of some of these sides, and we can keep using the band facer to kind of refine some of these surfaces as I go. We're getting closer now to fitting this. Just a little bit more off of this side. And this is the sort of fit that we're looking for, where it's getting quite tight, because that's going to mean it's going to require little glue to actually kind of secure it in place. If I just place this in from the bottom, I think we're almost there. Just a little bit more to take off one of those sides. And there we go. It should fit in nicely like that. So you can see there's very little border around the outside, so that when we glue that in place, that's going to be nice and secure.